Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your boy Ninja Please here, and I just wanted to let you in on some of the things that I got going on as far as my DC Universe online character. I've gotten some. I made a video out for an updated loadout to electric DPS, electric AOE DPS. Let me be specific. Might based, not precision based. Let me be specific about that. And most of the questions I got was, what other things are you running as far as like your gear is concerned, your allies, your artifacts, things like that. So, I'm gonna put the, I'm gonna connect the video to the loadout to this video. And you'll see it pop up at some point. I want to say at the end, or I believe, and you can just click on that. Um, but the artifacts and everything, and like the other accessories and everything that I'm running, I will show you guys that right now. So as far as the allies are concerned, this is what I'm running currently. My goal is to minus Shazam and end up adding Zatanna because her out of the hat support ability is just nuts. Because if I go to the details, okay. Right now the out of hat passive is like darkened because I haven't got it unlocked yet, but that's what I've been working. That's what I'm working on currently. Um, and as far as damage goes, you want to either have rabbit or tiger to really increase like your damage output because tiger increases your might and precision, while rabbit increases critical chance and movement speed. So your critical chance, so that's your crit chance of hitting something really hard. So you want your crit chance to jump up. See, and that's going to run in tandem to, oh, excuse me, that's going to run in tandem with the luck of the draw. You know what I'm saying? Because he pops out a random card, and you got to have the special effects. But and so the one you're looking for is the Frigger card. It looks like a card that's like it's like looks like a dude is frozen on the card, and he has a sword kind of pointing at a 45-degree angle, and that's the Frigger card. That's what you want because that's going to increase your critical chance as well. So if you have the rabbit pop off, then you also have the Frigger pop off at the same time. What you can do is activate everything that's your heaviest hitting items. So that means your supercharge, your supply drop, your pets, your everything. Just drop it all as soon as you see those things pop off together. Or, if they're not popping off together, you see one pop off or something like that. Activate it because that's all your crits just popping off because those two allies they stack. It's not one or the other. They stack right on top of each other, and you're gonna see your damage just jump exponentially. So that's the whole focus. As far as like your attack, Superman I hear is like the best as far as like AoE damage. I don't have Superman currently. Um, he was gonna be my next guy to work on. So in the meantime, what you could do, as far as single target, either use Crypto. He's really good at single target, or Calculator Bot. No, wait, I'm sorry, Oracle Bot. These two are really good at single target damage. He puts out 430%. She puts out 40 to 30%, but he also burns enemies, making them vulnerable to burning effects. So he lights them on fire. This one is 420%, but it deals damage over time to enemies in the red target area. So it hits an AoE attack, and then it does DOT right on top of it. So that's they're fun to use in the meantime. Some of these other guys got some crazy attacks too. So I mean, it depends. Like it's like to your personal reference. Launch explosive attack, charge projectiles, damages enemies, and then protects you with a 20%, 21% damage reduction. Scrap shield for 10 seconds does 269% damage. But most of the time, it's like some of these bigger allies, you want to use some of their passive abilities or support abilities. You know, right now, these guys are potential or got high potential to be really strong. Well, except for with the exception of Flash. I mean, I got him maxed out. You see, how he does 300% damage, while Calculator Bot does 420% damage. You know what I'm saying? And puts a DOT on them. So you got to keep that in mind. Unless they do some type of update to Flash, you know, since he is iconic. Um, right now, I'll go with like Calculator Bot because he's very much more accessible because I want to say he costs like 20 to 25 marks, while like all these iconics cost like 500, 200, 100 marks, and you can just grab these two as far as attack, your single target and your AoE, and they're like 20, 25 marks at most, I believe. Okay, on towards your gear. So I can go down part by part. So in your weapon, you're gonna want your white mod, your blast adapter, and that's these things here. You get these from your base. I don't know if everybody knows that. If you don't, you get these from your base, and I can actually run down here, show you where they are. This machine here, you'll see the orbital strike on it, the supply drop, and you know your allies, little goonies that come out and do your bidding. You just go in here and go all the way to the bottom, and you're gonna see your tactical mods. Me, I replenish these as much as possible. I'll grab like a bunch of them, just keep them in my inventory because the thing is that you're going to get a new weapon or get a new piece of gear or something like that, and you're gonna want these with you while you putting the mods in. I mean, but to be honest, it's up to you because you're gonna have to come back to your base and save in your armory if you get a new weapon or something anyway. And once you do all that, you can run down there, grab a capsule, open it up, and then pop it in. But just in case you want to just carry these just to carry them, is that you can carry about 999 of each. Um, so I use more tactical mods than anything. I mean more either feat or weapon than anything. So you can find out. So you can find find those in your base. So you want to put, as far as damage goes, blast adapter in the first. So that's your tactical mod capsule 3 weapon. You want to put that, boom, right in your weapon. Blast adapter. And weapon attacks blast your target and 5 other enemies for additional damage. This effect may occur every 20 seconds. You don't have to do much to do that. So while you're doing all your moves and everything, all your powers, you can just tap like triangle, and try to get it to trip off. In your head, I have supercharged Megavolt 3 because I use Megavolt for supercharge. Sometimes, like some people believe, like it's more circuit breaker that might help you most because it increases crits. But the thing is, like if you get the Frigger card and the Rabbit card, and then you pop circuit breaker, yeah, they're all gonna stack. But it's like you gotta like kind of hope that happens, and how often does it really happen? So you're busy attacking targets and everything, so it may pop on some bunch of ads, but it may never pop on a boss. So I decided to use Megavolt so I can just throw it out there. It's constantly doing damage. It does big hits. So even if the Frigger card or the Rabbit card pops off, then it's just going to start critting that too while it's still running. And then I'm tossing up other moves and powers and everything else out there, so it's still constantly doing damage. So I just use Megavolt for now. Um, yeah. So put Megavolt in because you want that 5% supercharge back to you when you use it. So you can hurry up and recharge your Megavolt so you can use it again and again and again. For your neck, you want Escalating Might, requires boost, increase your might by 2% for 8 seconds when you hit an enemy with a harmful superpower. Does not work with supercharged powers. Keep that in mind. For my back, I use Flux because I use this back piece because this is one of the what do you call it? omnipotent pieces. So I use this for my healer and DPS. And sometimes I do use a flux shield in my DPS, depending on the situation or anything like that. Like if I'm doing a solo, it's really tough or something like that. So I use the flux shield. I can't, what I'm saying, it reduces the cooldown, so you have to use your shields more often. And as far as like my healer goes, sometimes the content can be tough, so you want that shield to be ready. There's other choices that you can also make. So I'm gonna open this back piece really quick. You can do the accelerate arc lightning, the biocapacitor, which is in your healer, flux. There's the flux, the Tesla ball, which is also in my loadout. You use berserker. The damage you put output increases by additional 10% when your health drops below 35. So that might help you like in a dire situation. A breakout protection. Your defense and toughness is increased by 10% for 4 seconds after you break out of being stunned or something like that, or juggled. Breakout regeneration. You break out, you get some health. Violent breakout. You break out, you knock somebody back. You know, a couple feet, get them off of you, give you some time to regroup. You got your weakening field. Enemy players striking you have a chance to reduce their control resistance, so they can be controlled, either by a controller or juggled by a tank or something like that. So it's completely up to you what you guys want to do. Um, these are related to your electricity powers. These are pretty much universal. I'm just like that one, so because it's there. In your chest, core strength boosts damage by 2%. 2% may not seem like a lot, but when your might is 274,000 and that 2% hit kicks in, I mean, you'll see it. You'll notice it. It's not gonna be a dramatic notice, but you'll notice it. As far as my leg, within my loadout, I do use overcharge. It is probably one of the only useful leg mods there are for electricity. It's kind of bad. They probably need to update that. A lot of leg mods are kind of useless in this game. Um, so hopefully Daybreak comes around and fixes that. But heals you a small amount when you use electricity overcharge. This effect can only occur every 12 seconds. Keep that in mind. In your feet, you want Tumbling Master. Your dodge roll is no longer vulnerable to interrupt, so nobody can stop you from rolling. You may also tap the movement controls to cancel out of your dodge roll into a combo. There you go. You may also tap the movement controls to cancel out of your dodge roll to go into a combo. So while you're rolling, hit your movement mode, pop powers. There's nothing for the waist. For the hands, you want max damage, of course, because, extra damage. Using a superpower increases damage by 2% for a short time. Doesn't even tell you how long. That I'm not too fond of, but, you want your bottled city soda. A lot of people fall asleep on this soda because you have to think about, like, you have to read it. The Kryptonian soda is not consumed on use and will apply the following effects: 90% of max power to self, 90% of max health to self. That's the flavor of Candor. Now, the Red Sun Rush, if you're in control roll, reduces 5% of max power for the group. In damage roll, it increases 1% might and precision for 8 seconds for the entire group. For healer roll, 5% of max health for the entire group. For tank roll, you're able to absorb damage up to 8% of max health for the whole group. So sometimes, even if you're maxed out and all good to go, and you're not worried about power or your health or anything like that, pop that soda for the group. It's very helpful. It's just like an artifact. You level it up. It's right here. What I'm saying, you put your nth metal into it, you level it up, and max it out. My first artifact is the strategist card. I'm pretty sure some of you have probably just noticed it by just looking down, like, oh, which one is what artifacts did you use? Get to it, get to the point, get to the point. Strategist card. It helps with your tactical advantage. It helps with your crits, um, damage critical applied. You know what I'm saying? Damage critical applied damage over time. You know, it's very helpful as far as like a lot of crit. I want to say crit damage and AOE loadouts. Transformation card. The Dark Bargain gain 20% critical chance and 30% critical magnitude on attacks and heals. Reduce total damage and healing done by 15%. So like that's a back end move. So it's how do I describe this the best? Like your complete damage is kind of reduced by 15%. But in the meantime, all your crits are jumping off 20%, 30%. So you're hitting crazy crits, crazy crits. And then it reduces 50, it takes 15% off the back end of that. You know, so overall, you end up doing actually more damage than you would normally do. And so, but you're losing 15% of the crits and not 15% of the normal damage that you totally do. So at the end of the day, you actually are doing more damage with this card max out as opposed to losing a bunch of damage. I know that sounded very confusing. You can rewind this if it did. Quizlet. While in combat, Quizlet will come to fight by your side. When you're using superpower, Quizlet will cast a powerful attack that hits up to 8 targets with a 5-second internal cooldown. When you use a supercharge, Quizlet will release a powerful attack. Using 5,000 cost supercharge will deal medium damage towards your primary target, hitting 2 up to 7 additional targets. Using a 10,000 cost supercharge will deal a high damage attack to your primary target. So that's like a single target. Grants the player 1% supercharge. So it's like recharging your supercharge abilities and things like that. It also gives you an extra little target, a little guy to fight by your side. Excuse me. Um, and so it's really helpful. So it's just basically free damage, you know. Um, and then the stats are good. You know, gives you good increased might. Transformation gives you increased might. Um, Strategic Star does not give you increased might, but the crits are insane. It gives you that little, you know what I'm saying? It gives you a little 4% might when you're leveling up the card, but overall, it does not give you might stats for the card itself. As far as your utility belt goes, I I do this. I'm gonna show you guys what I do. Take the Juvenile Phoenix, which is a tier 3 pet, put him up there. I'm gonna take my Orbital Strike, put that up there. Okay, let's go in here to my little sparring target, little Joker sparring target, next to his little Joker Christmas tree. Um, and so basically, what I'm doing is I have my Trinket, which increases my damage. You know, increase might, increase weaponization, increase precision. I have my supply drop. Everybody that's familiar with this game knows what a supply drop does. It just gives you a boost in many different things. And all your stats and every not boosting stats, but it like replenishes you, gives you like an uptick, gives you some boosted stats, things like that. It's very fun. You know what I'm saying? You want to pop that when you use um like a big move or something like that. So if your Frigger card pops off and then your Rabbit pops off, you also pop off your Supercharge, you activate your Supply Drop, your, you know what I'm saying, your Henchman, your everything, you know what I'm saying, and just throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see some crazy numbers, insane. Yeah. So I got my Trinket, got my Supply Drop, got my Henchmen. The henchmen are very interesting because somebody actually told me that some of the henchmen in the game can do extra things that people do not notice. Some increase damage, some increase health. You know, you just have to like read up on it and check it out and see how what does what. But I said that LexCorp security bots, when they pop out, they also sometimes boost your pet damage. They do it very rarely. It's not often, you know what I'm saying? But why not? You know, one day I may toss them out there. Those 2 cards pop off. I pop off everything I need to pop off, and then these guys decide to go ahead and crit. You know what I'm saying? And make my pets hit harder. wow. You know what I'm saying? So it will all come together one day. And it's gonna be very, very nice. My collector's edition bat drone. I bought the collector's edition of DC Universe back when the game first came out. It was $100. They gave you a whole bunch of stuff. You know, they gave you the game. They gave you the a statue of Batman, some exclusive comic books. They gave you the bat drone so you can use it in game. They gave you some XP boost. I want to say they gave you some other things like renown boost and stuff like that. So they gave you a bunch of stuff. It was a bunch of stuff. I still actually have the statue and the exclusive comics. Obviously, I used the code for the bat drone. Um, and is this little guy right here. He doesn't hit as hard as the tier 3 pets, but he stays out. He's used as a trinket as opposed. He's a trinket that stays out. He does not go away unless I put him away or he's destroyed. And he doesn't take up a slot in my superpowers, so I don't have to worry about a robot sidekick. Now you cannot run robot sidekick with this bat trinket. You're not allowed to do that. But you can run tier 3 pets right along with robot sidekick. So keep that in mind. So if you activate a robot sidekick, that thing will blow up. It would be destroyed. And if you activate that while you got the robot sidekick out, the sidekick goes away. So basically what I'm doing is when I'm attacking targets, doing my loadout, everything like that, I'm popping this, popping this, popping this, popping this, all my powers are going off and everything like that. I just hit options, click that one time, pop that out there, click this another time, pop this out there, pop that out there, and boom. So it's accessible. You want to jump cancel out of some of the animations, you know what I'm saying? So like while you're doing all your powers and everything, you want to jump, activate that so you can still move. Jump, activate that so you can still move. Jump, activate the cast and still move. You don't ever want to be stuck in an animation like the boss could throw an attack or something like that, and you'll be pissed off. It's like, dang, I died. I should have died, in that animation. And seeing that the what do you call it? The tier 3 pet replenishes faster than my orbital strike or my henchman. I'll put him back on as fast as I possibly can and just wait. Continue doing my damage, continue doing my loadout, doing all my other stuff. And see, he's ticking down faster than all my other ones. So he's gonna be ready first. So I'm gonna be ready for him to pop off first. That's basically what I'm doing. Like some people use this moment to do like artifact switching or anything like that. They'll put that up there, and then they'll put the art they want to switch down here. So then as soon as they click it, it'll switch artifacts. Kind of like that. And then they'll come out. Because you can switch out artifacts in combat. There's a lot of things you can't do in combat, like switch your powers or switch your loadout or anything like that while in combat. But items and like gear, you can switch those out in combat. So that could be very helpful to some of you guys. And that's pretty much it as far as like all my gears and my accessories and everything like that. The video went a little bit long. I apologize. I didn't expect it to go like 20 something minutes, but if you guys want to roll on through it, and skip some parts that you don't need, by all means do so. Hopefully this video helps you in any way, shape, or form. If it did, by all means hit that subscribe button. Ask any questions in the comments. If I confused you on anything, please just let me know. If something wasn't clear, by all means, I do answer comments. If I do answer comments and questions, so by all means, hit me up. Or if there's something that you don't agree with, let me know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Who knows? Definitely hit me up. I will respond to your comments. This is your boy Ninja Please, and I am out of here. You guys take care. Hit that notification button. Like I said, I'm going to leave the clip to the video of my loadout and my rotation at the end of this video. So you guys take care. Doses.